Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm sure happy to have you joining me here today. We're going to jump right into your reading. I do like to begin my readings by thanking those of you who have been around a long time, who have liked, shared, subscribed, commented. I really appreciate your support on my channel. I really, really do. Thank you so much. To those of you who are new to the channel, welcome, welcome. We're sure happy to have you here. I hope you find a message that resonates with you, that brings you some peace and some clarity. And if you do, I hope that you'll subscribe. Oh, wow. Okay, this candle just went out. And you guys... I have to... You can't see all the candles that are lit while I read, but there's a lot of candles that are lit, and I just always have to make sure they're all lit. They all have a purpose. Anyway, let's get into it, guys, shall we? Just keep in mind it's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, here we go. For Pisces, please, Spirit. For Pisces, what does Pisces need to know? For Pisces. Wow. Pisces, you recently had another card. It was like 2 elephants. And it said tender embrace. And here you have this embrace card again. And you have this miracles energy. And this feels like... Pisces, my God, you keep getting these types of messages. Something is coming together. I feel like this is something unexpected. Okay, so, you know, we're all on different timelines. We're all in different situations. And so part of watching tarot is allowing your own intuition to guide you, right? To determine what resonates, what doesn't. You know, what story this is referring to in your life, you know. So for some of you, it's like, I feel like there is a past person who it's like you had really given up on them. Like it was a really super close connection. It was a definitely deep soul kind of energy, but it just didn't work out. And, you know, it could be that somebody wasn't ready. It could be, you know, it could be a lot of things, but it's like something that you've never forgotten or you've never totally released or gotten over. It's like there's some kind of miraculous... What's coming to me is light being shown on this connection. So I don't know what the heck that means, but that's what I'm getting. And then you have like... It can also be a situation where... this is someone new coming into your life. It's like you just almost didn't think that a person like this existed, or like that this was going to happen for you. I'm getting the energy of synergy, like even like synergy in a birth chart or something. It's like, it's almost as if I, like, oh, there's something that feels so fated or so destined about whatever this is, about whatever is happening here. And if there is a past history that, you know, is a little bit shaky or a little bit on and off or something, this coming together, it's like it makes it all worth it, or brings some deeper level of understanding, or even some deeper level of appreciation to the connection and to this second chance. It's really intense spiritual energy right here. But it feels like it's something that sort of maybe comes out of nowhere, or it's something that you weren't expecting from a certain place or a certain person. And it can be a past person. It can also be a deepening of a level of commitment. It could also be someone new just like dropping down like almost from heaven into your life, it feels like. Let me just see. You guys keep getting abundance. You keep getting success, abundance. You just keep getting these cards. I keep getting like, so, okay, even if this isn't a past person that's coming back around, even if it's like we're having to completely release a past person, there's an energy here of, you know, everything happens the way that it's supposed to. Everything unfolds naturally, you know, and it's like sometimes something has to go in order for something else to come in. And this theme was like big for you yesterday in yesterday's reading. And I'm seeing it again here today. It's like we have to make space for the new thing to come in. And sometimes it's hard to release something when it's the best thing that we've ever experienced. Like up until this point, this thing is more, is better, is bigger than anything else that I've experienced. And so I don't want to let it go because I might never find anything as significant as this, you know? But there's this energy of trusting and having patience, and you know, the abundance energy, the energy of abundance is that there's always more than enough. And that, you know, we can always get more. And that there are always kind of miracles happening and good things coming to you. There's something about embracing life exactly as it is right now and saying, and just embracing it and just being at a place of peace with it and just like acknowledging where it is, no matter where that is, whether this person is in your life, whether this person isn't in your life, whether, you know, whether things are working out exactly as you want them to or not. It's just, there's this energy of kind of just saying, you know, like I have faith. Everything is always working out for me. I have faith. This is also giving me this energy of like all the things that happen for us and all the things that don't happen for us are happening for us. Okay, let me simplify that. This is interesting when, okay, because like in yoga we say all the time, everything is happening for me, not to me. And I think that's what I just said, except the message came through in a funny way. So this is kind of like, I feel like you're on the precipice of it all making sense, of light shining on all of it. On like, if there's a past relationship that was super hard to let go or whatever, it's like either this person's coming back and it's making sense as to why it had to take that path, or someone new is coming in and it makes sense why that didn't work out for you because this is better. It's like it's embracing this you know, energy of like something better is just on the horizon. I don't know. It's ooh. Let's keep going. It's releasing a need to control it, or need to define it, a need to label it, a need to say, you know, it's got to be this person in this way on this day in this outfit, you know, whatever, you know what I mean? It's like just opening up to the universe completely and saying, you know what, I trust you. I trust that you're benevolent. I trust that you know what is best for me. I trust that, you know, and I surrender. You know, this is what I would like to see happen, but I surrender it, and I trust that you know best. And it's like, boom, something comes in here. Wow, yeah. See, there's something about coming to terms with some kind of difficulty, some kind of suffering, some kind of hardship. It may even be, wow, yeah, holy moly. It may even be, oh my gosh, December. We're in December right now. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you guys, seriously. Oh my gosh. Oh, this energy. This really came out yesterday in yesterday's reading as well. I feel like Spirit is really wanting to recognize you, Pisces. Like, I know it's been hard. I know it's been challenging. I know that we have really put you through the paces, and we've really put you through a lot of tests. But damn, look at where you are. You know what I mean? Like, diamonds are made under pressure. And you have this energy with the teardrops and the valley. And the teardrops are saying great personal sorrow, right? These are the nights where it's like, how am I going to make this work? How am I going to get through this situation? We all have them. That's part of the human experience, right? How am I going to get over this? How am I going to get through the loss of this person, the loss of these material things, the loss of, you know, whatever that I'm feeling, that I'm grieving, you know, and like, I really hate that as a society, we kind of say it's not okay to cry. Because there are so many studies about crying. I'm a huge believer that, like, you know, if it's part of the human condition that we cry, I mean, God didn't make us that way on accident. You know, he picked that for us. And crying, they have done, like, put tears under microscopes, and it looks like shards of glass. It's all this broken energy, all this hurt energy. It's all that weight that we carry, that emotional weight that we carry from being heartbroken, from suffering, from being let down, from being disappointed, from, you know, all those things. It comes out in our tears. And so I am a huge believer of just like cry, 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 cry. You know, and it's funny, yesterday, I think I was talking about Steel Magnolias, the movie, and I was saying, like, I don't know if I want to watch it because it's so sad. But I mean, I bawl my eyes out when I watch that movie, right? And sometimes a good cry is the best medicine. It's energy, it's weight, it's burden that we just need to clear out. We just need to get that crap out of our system. We need to let it go. And honestly, I think crying is kind of beautiful. You know, it's so authentic. It's so real. Have you seen, like, I don't want to call anybody out, but like the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, and how she was like kind of pretending to cry, but the tears wouldn't come out. And I think it was like the Alex Murdaugh. I just happened to see something where these body language experts were kind of taking apart different court cases where people, it was about not crying. And it's like not being able to tap into your emotions, being so misaligned with your emotions, being so cut off from your emotions that you can't cry. So the fact that you can cry is a celebration. It's a gift. It hasn't beat you. It hasn't misaligned you. It hasn't taken you away from your ability to connect with the kind of the most beautiful part of being human. It's our fragility. It's our vulnerability. It's that which becomes our strength. It's that which shows us what we're made of. And our you know, our five senses are the things that connect us to the present. They're the things that connect us to this moment we're experiencing right now. What does it feel like? What does it taste like? What does it smell like? You know, what am I feeling right now? What am I sensing right now? And so, you know, the more you cut yourself off from that, the more you actually cut yourself off from the experience of being human. And being human is a celebration. It's a miracle. And so you have this energy of valley, and it says deep personal strength and peace that assure success. And you know, when you're down in the valley, you can't really see what is on the other side of that obstacle in front of you. You can't see you can't see everything, right? You're down in the valley. You're surrounded by, you know, usually mountains, I guess, or hills or whatever. And you can't always see what is just on the other side of the horizon until you clear that obstacle, right? But look, there's a sun here rising over the mountains, and here rising over the horizon. It's that reminder that, you know, everything is constantly changing, and every energy is giving way to a new energy, and that every single day, you know, we have this opportunity to kind of rise again, and to fight another day, to live another moment, to breathe another breath. And what a gift that really is. You have on the bottom of the deck carriage, and it says a journey, either physical or mental. And you know, that it feels like our life is a succession, right, of these chapters of, you know, where, I mean, any good story, I just saw on Instagram, they said, just remember every princess story starts out like this. And then they showed, you know, Cinderella crying because her stepsisters were being nasty to her. You know, all the princess stories, they all start off with a forlorn damsel in distress, right? And it's kind of like that in life. It's like all these chapters in our book kind of find us in this one energy and deliver us to a different energy. And along that path, you know, we have all these experiences that change us. And, you know, sometimes things work out in big, big, huge ways, miraculous ways, ways that we couldn't imagine, ways that we couldn't anticipate, right? That we couldn't have even dreamed of sometimes. I mean, definitely that has happened to me multiple times where I've had no expectation and just been like, holy crap, I couldn't have even imagined this. I could not have even imagined this. And certainly I've had the other experience as well. But, you know, there's something about sort of looking at the total picture here and sort of making peace with it, sort of, you know, getting it out, releasing it, knowing that all of the things that we have probably ever shed tears about are part of our life for a reason. And that, you know, it wasn't anything personal. It's literally just something that happened actually for us, for our benefit, for us to learn, for us to grow, for us to become. And we have become. And now we're ready to embrace a new time in life. And as a result, it feels like there are going to be new companions, or a new specific companion to have and to hold through this moment, through this period. You have love here. You also have needle and thread, which says a sincere wish will be granted. I literally was just having a conversation with my daughter yesterday. She's trying to do something sort of complicated that requires a lot of like applications, and you know, it's like it's all about timing, and it's all about will she or won't she, you know, get the opportunity or not. You know, you know, she thinks she's qualified, but do we really know what our competition is, or if we're qualified until we put ourselves out there? And it's a huge difference between if she gets this, if she doesn't get this, and if she does get this, it starts off this whole other succession of things that she has to do, and that also have to work out, and have to work out pretty seamlessly and pretty perfectly. And I said, baby, it's like threading a needle. You know, it really is going to be like threading a needle. And all things in life, when you try for things like this, it is like that. But you know what? As long as I have ever been sewing, if I stick with it, you know, it's not always easy. And sometimes it gets so complicated and so frustrating that I like pretty much just want to quit sewing. But if I just persist, I always get the thread through the needle. I always win. I always succeed. There's always a way. Whether it's I've got to change the thread, or I've got to change the needle, or I just need to be more patient, or I need to look at it from a different perspective, or I need to maybe use a tool, whatever, I always find a way. And so just trust, like you're threading a needle. It's going to be complicated. You're in for a wild ride. You're putting yourself out there. You're trying to do something difficult, and this is the result. And you're getting this needle and thread card. When I saw it, I was like, that is so weird. That conversation just flashed in my head. And it says, a sincere wish will be granted. And isn't that hysterical? So anyway, and then you have happiness, and you have these birds flying free. And you also have this bull, plenty of material things. That's a cornucopia. That's abundance. That is more than enough. More, you have enough for you, and you have enough to share. You have enough to give. And so this is just all really saying to me, you guys are in a moment in time where things haven't all totally been revealed. But it's a moment of time to like make peace with your past and let it go, and trust, and have absolute faith in the universe, and to know that there is more than enough, and there always will be more than enough in this universe. And if you aren't really, if that's not resonating with you, try this mantra. Things are always working out for me. Just say that when you wake up in the morning, say it before you go to bed, say it all day long. Or I have a mantra on my phone that every time I unlock my phone, it's right there for me, and I read it every single time. And it says, I am attracting high vibrational love, sacred joy, aligned manifestations, and healing at the deepest level of my soul. You could also say that. But this is that time to reprogram your subconscious mind so that the only thing that does resonate is abundance, because you're aligning right now with the energy of this new cycle that you're about to start. And you may not be able to see it. You may only look around and see obstacles at this very moment because you're in the valley. But right over this hill is this gorgeous energy of miracles, of things aligning, of, you know, the result of your manifestations, of the abundance. So and you guys keep getting this energy. It's time to embrace life just as it is, exactly the way that it is. And part of the truth of life is that it is abundant. It's only our own belief that it isn't that prevents us from experiencing that. It really and truly, like, man, for thousands of years, they've been saying it in a million different ways in every religious book ever. It's pretty much there. You know, everything is always working out for me. Oh, Bhakti, are things not working out for you? Come here. Baba. Oh, my handsomes. I think it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, Baba. It's okay. I think you can go back to your nap. I think you can. I think it's safe. All right, let's see. Spirit, what can you show us for Pisces? What does Pisces need to know? Oh man, Pisces, Lord. You have the Queen of Swords and you have the Six of Pentacles. And man, Pisces, oh my God. And you have the Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck, if I didn't say that. I feel like you're showing up in this reading as the Queen of Swords. And I feel like, the Queen of Swords has been actually kind of showing up a lot in your readings. And, this is a very logical and analytical energy. It's also a very academic energy. And some of you may be experiencing those two things. But there's also a sense of complete clarity and, this is the energy of discernment. It's is this in alignment with where I'm going, with what I'm focused on, with where I'm headed or not? And, that makes every decision in my life pretty easy. Is it or isn't it? If it's not aligned with where I'm going, it doesn't belong here. This is a real cleaning out the closet moment for you guys. I really feel that way. It's come to a place of peace with your past and come to a place of acceptance with everything that is, and get rid of the things in your life that are a drain or that are taking up space, that aren't bringing value. The Six of Pentacles, this card for me is that card for and I feel like I've been saying this a lot lately in Pisces readings, but maybe I haven't, I never know. The Six of Pentacles is where the universe starts to make things right for you. You may have been putting out a lot of good energy, a lot of hard work. Not every season of our life are we supposed to harvest the field, right? We have spring where we invest and we plant and we plant and we plant and we plant and we do all this hard work, and there's, other than the feeling of looking out over the fields and knowing that we planted the seeds in the dirt, there's no gratification. Nothing's growing yet. Nothing is, we have no idea what is to come. And we've just done all this work in hopes that it's going to pan out, but we don't know, and so it's kind of like that. It's this is the harvest. You're coming into the harvest. You may have planted the seeds and tended them all summer long. And now, boom, here comes the time where you get to reap the reward, where you get to sit back and enjoy the abundance. This is where the universe comes through from you and balances the scales of all the hard work that you've put in. And this is your moment to decide, which of these opportunities or what of these things coming towards you are the things that are in alignment with what you want for yourself and where you're going and where you're headed. You do have someone coming in here with the Knight of Cups. It says a romance and flirting. It also says unrequited love. For some of you, this could be someone coming back from your past who wasn't able to really show up for you in the past. They might not have been ready. But for others of you, wow. I knew that this Queen of Swords had to do with decision making. And so I'm just going to reiterate to you that when you are very clear on your priorities and you're very clear on what you're focused on, and every single thing that comes up, a girlfriend saying to you, hey, do you want to have dinner on Friday night? You don't just say yes. You take a moment and you go, is this in alignment? If you're saving money to buy a house, it may not be in alignment. You could say, no, but we can Netflix and chill, you know what I mean? Or whatever. But this is not in alignment with what I'm doing. You know what I mean? It's every choice that comes up to you, it's using this energy of complete clarity and complete, I am so clear on where I'm headed, on what I'm focused on, and the kind of life that I want to lead, that every single question, every single choice, everything that comes up for me every single day, I weigh it on this scale. Where does it fit? Is it in alignment or is it not? And, you know, I feel like sometimes things like that seem like very straightforward, but most of us are not that mindful in the way we're living. We're like, ooh, that sounds like fun. Okay. You know what I mean? And it's fun to be that way. It's fun to be spontaneous. I mean, I personally love to be that way. But at the same time, it's like if you have a greater goal, if you have a greater vision for yourself, if you are really focused on making the most out of this energy that is clearly coming your way from the universe, of you can be in the flow, you can make a lot of progress, you've basically got the wind at your back and, you know, skis on your feet, like you can go, you can ride this wave, you can make the most of it. You know, this is one of those times where we particularly want to be mindful. With the Six of Pentacles being clarified by the Knight of Swords in reverse, this is kind of those energies where you know, not every seed we plant comes to fruition, you know, and it being the Knight of Swords in reverse, it's kind of like saying to me, well, like 3 or 4 things just hit me all at the same time. But one of the things that it is saying to me is, you know, sometimes we don't see things exactly the way that we are. I mean, we see them the way we are, I guess. We don't see them the way they are. You know, when we are putting out an energy of love and we're being very giving and we're being very like, I sincerely wish you the best. What happens is we think that other people are then sincerely wishing us the best in return. We're almost assuming the reciprocity exists. With the Knight of Swords in reverse, it's telling me that not everything has always been what it seemed. You know, not everything has come in to our lives honest and forthright and with the intention of sort of even being able to reciprocate. And there's a reason for that. You know, we've learned a lot of lessons because of that. But we've also are put out, like already planted, is my God, what I'm trying to say, these seeds of love and compassion and kindness and, you know, authenticity and authentically, you know, seeing love, being love, putting love out there. And we haven't gotten the payback because whatever we were giving it to wasn't capable of returning it to us with the Knight of Swords in reverse. It wasn't capable of reflecting our truth back to us. And that wasn't the purpose. But you have the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. And this is the largest pentacle in the deck. This is abundance. This is the universe, again, with the Six of Pentacles energy, saying, you know, you are aligning with abundance. You literally, I mean, you have the abundance card, you have this Ace of Pentacles, you have this, you know, needle and thread, you have love, you have happiness, you have plenty of material things. What more do you want, Pisces? Like, everything is here for you in this reading. And it's saying, you know, this is like when all that you have put out begins to come back to you. Instead of getting people who can't reflect back to you what you are putting out there, this is where that begins to change. You end up with a Knight of Cups instead. You end up with someone coming towards you in this energy of love, of reciprocity, of goodwill, of, you know, there's a word I'm looking for and I can't think of it. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. Damn, the Chariot. Oh my gosh. Pisces, I don't know if this is you or if this is someone else, because now we have the Chariot here and we've been talking about this Knight of Cups. There is an energy here of, you know, this can be someone who you were in a connection with before, who needed to take a time out, who needed to really revisit their past and get a new perspective on it, come to a place of peace and acceptance, let some shit go, heal a little bit, get some enlightenment. They needed to get ready. They were not ready before. And this is all part of the story. You know, if you feel you're in a twin flame connection, this can be, you know, that part of the story. The star card in this deck literally says twin flame. But it can also be, Pisces, where you have made peace with your past, right? Where you have looked back, you have gained a new perspective from where you are now. And you are seeing things so much more clearly, and you have learned the lessons that going through those things had to really offer you. You've gotten the enlightenment, you've gotten the spiritual growth, you've gotten a deeper level of understanding of life and how it's lived and what it's about, and how to let go and how to release yourself. And you also have gotten a clearer picture on what it is that you want in life, what your expectation is, and what you believe is possible. The Star card is a return to hope and optimism about the future and about what is possible in the world. It's the card that follows the Tower. And so there's this energy of kind of accepting that maybe everything happens for a reason, that everything is meant to be, and everything that's meant to be yours will find you, and a revisiting of belief in faith, and a belief in hope, and a belief in, you know, kind of anything being possible. And so why not ask for the entire universe, you know? Why settle for just one star? You know, but it's kind of this energy where it's like, you have grown, you have made a choice to learn and evolve and sort of become through every experience you have had, either physical or mental, but on this journey of life, you know, and you're ready to experience something different. You're ready. This is like, you're ready for a different challenge. You're ready for a different kind of challenge even. And maybe it's the challenge of having everything that you want, because that's also a challenge. You know, we know that from yin and yang, right? When we look at yin and yang, you have the black part where there's light in the darkness, and then you have the white part where there's darkness in the light, right? There are things like greed. There are things, you know, there's gluttony and you know, all of those, you know, sins or whatever you want to call them, but overindulgence is too much of a good thing, right? So we know that, and we can learn in both situations, right? We can learn through our suffering, but we can also learn from getting everything we want. So maybe it's time for that shift to happen. And it feels like this is someone coming in, and it is someone who's serious. It is someone who is really looking for a life partner here with the Chariot. And this can be someone, like I said, coming back around. Oh my God, this is the freaking sun, not even the star. This whole time, I don't know why I was thinking this is the star. It's weird because it even registered to me that it was 19 instead of 17. Oh, how weird. Like, that is always weird. To me, when that happens, I feel like, no, there's a reason for it. I mean, I'm not wearing my glasses. That can be part of it, but, you know, but with the star card here, I mean, this, oh my gosh, do you guys hear this? Maybe some of you are dealing with an Aquarius. You also have obviously Leo and Pisces and Cancer. But there's this energy with this Chariot of someone with serious intentions. And this is someone who is really looking for an equal match. This is someone who is not looking to run and not needing constant reassurance, but someone who can walk the walk next to you and wants to, and is willing and ready and able to do that. And the 7 is a spiritual number. There's just this, I feel such a deep spirituality in this reading. The Ace of Swords can be a conversation. We saw the Knight of Cups on the last bottom of the deck, and now we're seeing the Chariot. This can be definitely a deepening of a level of commitment, or a coming clean kind of thing, where somebody could be expressing their feelings, their deep sense of happiness. It may be even that, like, I was almost lost in this place of reflection and, you know, like I had sort of taken myself out of the game, even like maybe I'd been heartbroken, maybe I'd been hurt, maybe whatever. But I was making this sacrifice. I had taken myself out of the game. And then it's like you came into my life and you were so bright. You shined so bright. And you brought me so much happiness. It made me live again. It made me see the possibility of abundance, the possibility of it all working out in you, in this. And now here I am, and I want to make this official. I want to make some kind of very serious offer. You've got two aces here, the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Discs, and you've got the Chariot. So this can be a conversation where somebody offers you something very, very significant, and it is their intention with the Chariot is the long term, and their vision of what this is very, very clear. With the Sun and the Ace of Swords, it's like they really know what they're looking at. And I think they know what they're looking at because they took so much time to look back on the past. And this can be you also, Pisces, that, you know, maybe you've had a moment of reflection where you've really been releasing and letting go and cleaning out the cobwebs inside. And, you know, you're feeling healthier, you're feeling better, you're more hopeful, you're more optimistic, you're more clear on your sense of direction and where you want to go and what you're looking for in life. And you're not ready, you're not going to settle. You've got this Ace of Swords here ready to cut anybody off that isn't in alignment with what it is you're creating here. Damn. Now we have the Emperor. Do you see the succession here on the bottom of the deck? The Knight of Cups, the Chariot, the Emperor, the Ace of Pentacles, the Emperor. Like someone is having a glow up. No, not a glow up. Like an awakening. They're coming into their own divinity. So, and that is making them able to show up and offer some sort of really strong foundation that they were not able to offer in the past because they have it themselves to offer, to give. There is a recognition here that is happening. It's like one of those things, once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you know it, you can't unknow it. It is like, this is who I have been looking for this whole time. I have done it. I have found my person. Now I just need to make it happen, you know? This is like, I'm literally getting Eureka, Eureka. Kind of vibes here. There's just this sense of like, when you know, and somebody knows something here for sure with the Sun, the Hangman, and the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is also a card of Leo, yeah. And you have the Ace of Swords and the Four of Cups, and this is that deep understanding of clarity and wisdom and knowledge that we get from being disappointed, from not getting what we want. We learn what we want, right? We learn what success is by experiencing a lot of failure. And that's what it is here. Baba, come here. Oh, you big talker. You have the Four of Cups and the Emperor. And the Emperor is a number 4 also. So this is talking about our foundation. This is talking about what we're building upon. And, you know, we're... How do I want to say it? Like, it feels weird to say we're building on the Four of Cups. That sounds pretty shaky and it sounds pretty disappointing, like not the foundation that you want. But when the foundation is really a deep sense of security and understanding and knowledge that I am so sure I know what I want. It's so clear to me. There's this other piece to it, which is success and victory. Both the Ace of Swords and the Chariot have success and victory, and the Six of Wands too. So there's like this sense of like, I literally know this is my chance to have success, or this is my, it's like having that, when you know, that deep feeling of this is my shot. This is the one. Somebody's having that feeling, and I feel like somebody's coming clean about it, or somebody's coming in to communicate it. I feel like this is someone who's really stepping into their power over the course of time, through experiences, through deepening levels of understanding, through some type of awakening or progress that they're making on their own. They're beginning to take control of their own life, and they're beginning to like make those moves and speak and move with that kind of confidence, with that kind of assuredness. Like, I'm very, very clear. I am very, very sure of what I want and what I need and what I see here and what I'm looking at. You've got the 10 of Pentacles and the 5 of Swords coming out. I am just going to go ahead and clarify. You have Death card on the bottom of the deck. See, this is someone going through some kind of... wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is someone going through... It's definitely a spiritual awakening. It's definitely some kind of ascension here. So now we have another 4 on the bottom of the deck, okay, and it's the 4 of Pentacles. That actually is the strongest foundation. So what it's saying is that I have been let down so many times that when I see something that I'm sure of, I will not let it get away. I will hold on to it. I will covet it. I will keep it. I will cherish it. I will hold on to it with everything that I have. And that's the foundation. It's not just knowing what I want because I discovered what I don't want. It's also the other piece of when I see what I want, when I have what I want, I will care for it. I will build it with care and concern. I will provide it with the best foundation possible. I will offer it everything that I have to give. And this card even says power on it. This is like how power couples are made. This is how people who make a lot of progress in life look in the beginning. You know what I mean? And so this can be like both people could have gone through a big change or a big transformation, or, you know, may have really had to go through a lot to kind of arrive at this deeper level of understanding of who they are so that they can show up for this relationship properly. You have the 10 of Pentacles with the Hermit card. This is like this is that energy, especially this is like what the result will be of this 4 of Pentacles foundation. It's like with the Hermit, it's like I took this time by myself, maybe in the Hangman energy, you know, but I was spiritually seeking. I was trying to figure out what I wanted, what was going to make me happy. I've been disappointed so many times. I've been let down so many times that I was asking myself the tough and hard questions. And what I ultimately arrived at is that I still believe it's possible for me to have the 10 of Pentacles. I still believe it's possible for me to build something of significance with another person. And, you know, when I see that person, I will give up this kind of singular life. You know, the Hermit with the number 9, this is a very single energy. It's a very like, you know, I was going to say lonely energy, but I meant that in the most beautiful sense of the word lonely. You know, sometimes it's such a beautiful thing to be lonely. It's so peaceful. It's so quiet. It's so calm. And it's so restorative. But when I say lonely, I don't get that. You know, I get like that painful lonely. And you see that here with the 5 of Swords and the 7 of Swords. This is like tough stuff. This is what we have inside of us that we're fighting on a daily basis, each and every one of us. This is our freaking thinking mind, you know, that's telling us all kinds of BS all the time. We're not worthy. We're not good enough. We're probably going to fail. Da, 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 da. You know, I have a friend who it's like he plays devil's advocate, but not in that super annoying way, in a really like spiritual sort of way. So like somebody will say, well, I'm going to do it. I'm probably going to fail, but I'm going to do it. And he'll say, but what if you win? You know, and it's like anything that you say, it's like it's just this wall of like, yeah, but what if it goes the other way? And even if you're like, yeah, I'm probably going to go out there and just like absolutely do it. Sometimes he will say, but what if you don't? And what is so weird is that when something is seriously in resonation with your soul, and you have that fire and that determination behind it, even when someone says, but what if you don't? When you look at, well, what if I don't try? What if I'm so afraid to fail, I don't do it? When you actually look at the picture of what it is, you're so unwilling to experience that. You're so like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to shoot my shot. You know, because what is the worst that can happen? You fail? My God, like failing is also awesome. It is. I've learned so much from my failures. So much from my failures. I'm grateful for every shot I've taken in life. I don't think there's any shot I've taken that I'm not grateful for. You know, it may have taken me a long time to arrive at that space, but I got there. It's the shots you don't take. And like so many people say that, and I just think it's one of those things that's probably true. But when we are kind of left to our own devices, right, we can experience this really healthy energy of really being focused on what we want, manifesting, visualizing, you know, searching our soul, asking ourselves the hard questions, but really overall believing in this abundance of the universe and knowing that it's out there for us, and knowing that we don't have to be afraid to focus on what it is we really want in life, because we know that it is actually possible. And then we have this 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords conversation sort of happening, right? Which is all of those things that we tell ourselves that cut ourselves down, and all those ways in which we will actually mess ourselves up by allowing ourselves to be out of alignment. I can just think of so many examples, but none of them are really amazing to say here. But it's that energy we all have, and you'll notice this about your friends. You probably notice it in almost everyone else around you. Those little things where it's like, you say you want to travel the world, but you don't have a passport. Like, how are you going to take advantage of an opportunity if it comes up if you don't have a passport? Like, I don't know, in America, it takes a while to get a passport. You can't just like be spontaneous and be like, I'm flying to France. You know, you have to like have a passport to do that. So like, but that's not even, it's, I don't know, you know, it's like people who are like my daughter had this girl that she went to middle school with, and this girl played the French horn, but she never practiced. She was terrible. She was never playing the right notes. She was never in the right key. She was just, it kind of messed up all of the band, right? And she would say that she was going to go to Juilliard. And it used to infuriate my daughter. She would be like, she doesn't even practice. And she says she's going to go to Juilliard. Like, those people really like practice. And I was like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Like, this is her thing. This is her with her. You know, she'll have to reconcile that herself with herself. But it's like that. It's like, it's kind of like cognitive dissonance, where, you know, I have the most perfect example is the problem. And I don't want to say it because it's political, and every time I say something like that, somebody has to comment, and it's really not political. This is just an example. But I have this friend who has been married. Her husband cheated on her and divorced her and left her with all the kids, and she has no problem sitting there talking about how terrible a person he is for what he did, and da 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 da. But she is a huge fan of 45, and it's like, girl, like, you know, man was married 3 times, cheated on every single wife. Like, there's evidence everywhere, you know, he's just been, you know, like Like, how can you reconcile that within yourself if you think on the one hand this person is the worst person in the world because they did the exact same thing only to you rather than, to somebody else, and 3 times. Like, if that is your measure of integrity of a person, then how are you reconciling that? I don't understand. And I'm not saying something is right or something is wrong or this is this or this is that. I'm just saying it's one of those things where, if this is a problem for you, because it happened to you, then how come, and it makes this statement about this person, then how come when it's true over here, we can't see the same thing? We can't see where that might be a disqualifying characteristic for someone who needs to have a lot of integrity in their position. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just don't know. But this is that energy. It's like all those things within ourselves, and we all have them. Like, we all have them, where it's like we believe or we feel so strongly one way, or we think something so strongly, and then yet if it's packaged up just slightly differently but it's the exact same thing, we can't see it. It doesn't matter. We don't notice it. It's not important. What is that? That is a misalignment. And that's the 7 of Swords. And that we trick ourselves all over the place. We trick ourselves. Sometimes, it's like I have clients that will come to me and say, I'm like, I hung up on my past person. And, what I really want is to have a long-term relationship that's solid, that's stable, that's, where we respect each other, where we honor our each other and our connection, and I want my past person back. My past person cheated on me. My past person lied to me. My past person deceived me. My past person love bombed me. My past person gaslit me. My past person, you know what I mean? This is what I want, but I also want this. And it's like those 2 things don't work. But we'll convince ourselves by not looking at it, by not applying the same analysis or the same critical thinking to it. We'll convince ourselves, we'll either not compare them, because we only see what we want to see. We're complicated, we're human. And so a lot of times what has to happen in order to free yourself from these kinds of energies, from these kinds of things that we all have within us. This isn't like one person is wrong or bad and somebody else is good. It's not like that. Nothing that I'm saying here. It's just examples. But this is why this energy is so important. Reconnecting in a level of honesty and truth, of this is what I want. And I'm going to say, this is what I want. Even if it's scary, I'm going to say, this is what I want. And I'm worth it. And I deserve it. And in this universe, I believe that we are all worthy of the 10 of Pentacles. And that it is for me. And I am for it. And I like at the fundamental core of my being, know that I can have it. And there's nothing within me that is not aligned to that knowing. It supersedes everything else. It's more important than anything else that I think. Is that I am worthy of this inherently because I'm a walking, breathing, living miracle. This is an abundant universe. There is more than enough for everyone. It may not be distributed that way right now, but there is more than enough for everyone. And there's more than enough for me, for you, no matter how it's distributed. That doesn't even matter. There just is more than enough. And you are worthy of it. And it's reconnecting with that and getting rid of everything that is not that. this is your Queen of Swords moment. This is your moment to just really get crazy and Marie Kondo what's going on inside you. And it doesn't spark joy, and it's not connected to that core belief that you are worthy and that it's available for you, it doesn't get to stay. It ends. It ends here with the Death card. Wow. And here comes the Knight of Swords upright. Wow. Oh my God. With the Three of Pentacles, with the Two of Swords. Are you kidding me, Pisces? Okay. Okay. Oh my God. All right. So, sorry, I had to cheat. I'll show you in just a second. The Knight of Swords with the Three of Pentacles here, Pisces. Remember we had that Knight of Swords backwards, and we were talking about how some things are just not, they're not what they seem, or sometimes even how we have the tendency to be like approaching someone with empathy and compassion, and then we project it onto them because we're coming from that space, and we can't even sometimes imagine that someone wouldn't be coming from that space. But not everyone is who they're cracked up to be or who we even think they are, right? And that may be through some rose-colored glasses of our own, right? This Knight of Swords is upright. This Knight of Swords is coming in, and they're coming in quick, and they're coming in unexpectedly, and I think they're coming in with something to say. And I believe what they want to talk about is sharing a vision, sharing a plan, and collaborating, and, you know, kind of making this official, or making this a real coming together. It's crazy because it feels like your reaction is the Two of Swords. I'm not sure. And what's funny is that you start off in the energy of the Queen of Swords, and in the very beginning of the reading, this is like the end of your reading, but the beginning of your reading, I was like, there's something about making decisions here, and it's going to be very easy for you to make decisions. And then the confirmation came of the Two of Pentacles, right? And that's that super imbalanced energy where we're going back and forth between love and fear. And I was like, this is all about you being able to make decisions, like knowing what is in alignment with your choice and or not in alignment with your choice. You know what I'm saying? And choosing accordingly, right? And here we come all the way to the end of the reading, and you're going to show up like the Two of Swords, Pisces. This is like, oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't decide. What do you think? Kind of energy. And so it almost feels like your answer is, if you have a question right now, if there's something you're wondering, you do know the answer. You do have the answer. It's very clear to you. Is this in alignment with me or not? And look at this. The Two of Swords, we have the Six of Swords. This is like, I've got to come to a place of peace with it, whatever this truth is that this person comes in to say. With the Queen of Wands, this is that energy of, you know, I know what I want, but I'm not going to chase it. Well, now it's at your doorstep, Pisces. And the question isn't, you know, how do I attract this to me? This question is, what do I do with it now that it's on my front porch? You know what I mean? And you have the Fool card. You have the Fool card. And what does the Fool card say? Back to the beginning of the reading with these cards. The Fool card is the zero. The Fool card is empty. The Fool card is not carrying the past. It's not carrying a crap ton of disappointments and things that let us down, and heartbreaks and suffering and worries. It is free. It is zero. And it's free because it has complete clarity with that Queen of Swords. You know, it knows what it wants, and it's not chasing it. Everything that it wants has suddenly shifted and is showing up on its front door. The Queen of Wands is the law of attraction, and that's what we've been talking about. That's the energy of that Hermit and the Ten of Pentacles. And like, if it isn't in alignment with I am worthy and there is more than enough in the universe, everything is always working out for me. You know, it's coming to me right now. Right now, it's coming to you, Pisces. It's like, I would be an idiot not to go for what I've been attracting, what I've been wanting, what I've been believing all of this for. I would be a fool not to like go for it, to sit in an energy of indecision. So I think it's just a moment of like, oh my gosh, what do I do now that this is here? Because I do think it comes in quick. I think you're not expecting it. You may even be really pursuing something in your life, or really going for something in your life, or really focused on something else in the moment when this comes in. Could be an air sign. It's also being clarified by Temperance and the Princess of Wands. You guys cannot have a darn reading without Temperance these days. I swear, every reading you get Temperance. The angels are watching out for you. This is that divinely protected love of whatever day that reading was. This Knight of Swords. First of all, Temperance, like I said earlier, or I don't know, maybe it was yesterday, Temperance is Sagittarius, and we are in Sagittarius season here for a little bit longer. For some of you, I feel like this is coming in Sagittarius season. And like I said, the end of Mercury retrograde and the full moon, I want to say they're Monday. I don't know for sure, but you can look, you can check. But it could even be with that. So you have Temperance and the Princess of Wands. Some of you may be dealing with a Sagittarius, or somebody may be coming in Sagittarius season. It may also have nothing to do with Sagittarius, but with Temperance and the Princess of Wands, it feels like I made this choice. I decided to choose what I desire. I decided to choose love, you know? And I've been very patient. I have been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for this to come in. And now here, like the Knight of Swords, it is. This goes from, this happens very quickly. And it even feels like a relationship that, like, where you go from, I met you, to like, we're collaborating, we're working together, we're talking about the future. You have very quickly, I don't know if I said that part. I'm so fired up about your reading, you guys. Okay. All right. You have this Three of Pentacles right here, clarified by the Ten of Wands and the Three of Cups. So you have 3 threes, and especially with the Temperance here, I mean, you have 2 threes, but you have the Temperance here, which is feeling like a 3 to me. Because it's the threes are, you know, like the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. They're all the Trinities. But like on the Lovers card, which you have on the bottom of the deck, it's usually, this Lovers card is different, but it's the masculine looking at the feminine, and the feminine looking at the angel. And so it's the masculine, the feminine, and the divine. And that is the Trinity of the Lovers card. And you have this energy of the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. And this is, you know, at least 2 people who are able to share a vision, to share a plan, and to equally work, to collaborate, to build, and put the work in to building it. With the Three of Cups, this is a celebration. And on this particular Three of Cups card, it says abundance. So it's an energy of, you know, celebration. And with the Ten of Wands here, this is the end of a cycle of oppression. It's a cycle of heavy burdens and kind of learning through suffering, learning through having to carry some low vibrational shit that you don't want to carry, letting it sometimes almost get the best of you, but ultimately in the end, right here, right now, deciding to put that shit down, let it go, open up, make space in your life for this new thing that's going to show up on your porch that you're going to want to take a leap of faith for, but you got to be a 0 to take a leap of faith for it. You got to have let those past burdens go, which you're doing here. And with the Lovers, this is like quite a soulmate situation here, Pisces. This is someone who's rolling in, who knows exactly what they want. They're coming in to speak their truth. Their truth is that they want to share a vision with you, and they want to move to work hard to build. They want to yoke up with you and match you stride for stride. They think you're the one. That's what's happening here. And you've got to make space for this person in your life. If this person is in your life, you gotta make more room. You gotta clean those closets. If this person isn't in your life, you gotta make space. You gotta let go of those burdens. All 10 of those wands, you gotta let them go. And you have to get yourself to 0, which is, I am worthy. This is an abundant universe. There is more than enough, and things are always working out for me. There's your 0. When you're there, there it is. That's what I think. That's what I genuinely feel. All right, Pisces, let me get you some messages. Boy, this is a long reading. I really went in on it, but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it very strongly. And you guys keep getting this energy over and over and over again. If you're dealing with a water sign, I compare others to you. I want to make amends. I miss seeing you. If you are dealing with a fire sign, just being near you is intoxicating. I want you back. I am grateful for the spiritual lesson. I want you so badly. Well, the fire sign wants you, Pisces. All right, if you are dealing with an earth sign, I lost myself for a little while. I am not available. It's time for me to heal now. I can be myself with you. If you're dealing with an air sign, Pisces, I'm not financially stable. I miss being with you. I don't know how to feel. I want to be more than friends. I'm so attracted to you. Damn, Pisces. Guys, you got somebody coming in a hurry to tell you how they feel, to tell you what they think, to have some kind of big conversation with you. And you just need to be ready for it. And the way to get ready for it is to just empty your burdens. Just let that cycle close out. Put that shit down. You do not need it where you're going. Trust me, you want what's in front of you way more than you want to carry around what's behind you. All right, Pisces, let's do it. I send you guys all off with all my very best. I am just saying prayers for all of you. Like, I really want this for you. Until next time, I wish you all the best. Always, always, always. Bye-bye.